It's time for the second quarter earnings season to start, and I'm back with, of course, the big banks. But which one has the best chart? Do any of them have the best chart? And what's going on with the banks as we head into these numbers? I'm bringing it all to you this whole entire earnings season, so get ready, but let's check out those banks. Okay, the first one out of the gate this time is actually going to be Citigroup. And they have always had one of the best track records of the earnings miss and beats of the big banks. They only have that one miss back in 2015, so that's really impressive. But as you can see, look at that chart. They staged that huge rally from 2016 into 2018, and then it's been hit or miss ever since as far as the shares are concerned. We had that big sell-off there in 2018 at the end in December, along with everything else selling off. This bank shares got hit hard. That looked like a buying opportunity because obviously we bounced well off of that, but we're nowhere near the breakout level of early 2018. And it's unclear now with the Fed cutting, allegedly, whether or not the bank shares can actually regain those highs anytime this year. But this is all something we're going to be watching. But with Citigroup, the big story is that they have this great track record, and I'm expecting them to meet or beat again, but we'll see. Then switching over to JP Morgan. Now, they also have had a really fine track record, as you can see, but they did have that miss 2 quarters ago. And so that's a little stain on their record. Otherwise, it's good going back to 2015 there. They, too, had the huge rally like Citigroup did into 2018, but it's just been, basically stagnant since then, other than that 2018 December sell-off. And we'll see if we can get any kind of breakout here. But JP Morgan, again, is one of the top banks. And so this is one everybody's going to be watching. Then switching over to another interesting chart, Bank of America. They haven't missed since 2016, so great track record of meeting or beating here going into this report. But I think if we put all these 3 charts on top of each other, they would look very similar here with the big rally into 2018. Everybody's all go, go, go. The economy's going to be booming. And then no. It's kind of waiting for something with that big sell-off there in 2018 once again. That looked like a buying opportunity for any of these big banks. But we will see if we can get any kind of motivation or rally into these shares. But I'm thinking Wall Street's not going to have much of it with the Fed saying and doing what they're doing so far in 2019. And then Wells Fargo. Now, I put this one in here because I've talked about them in the past, but as you can see, their chart is very different. And we all know that that's because of the management side of the scenario here with them. But these shares have weakened again considerably. Now, they too sold off in December of 2018. They have beat the last 2 quarters here, but still not that great here compared to what we've seen the rebounds with the other big banks. So this one could still be somewhat of an opportunity compared to the other 3, but they're still in this turnaround transition phase as they try to get their act together. And then we're going to finish it up this time with Goldman Sachs. And I bring this one because it too is an interesting chart. It too did have those new highs in early 2018. Then that huge sell-off in December there, that was definitely a buying opportunity, according to this chart at least so far. And now we're kind of just back to treading water. A lot of these banks are just kind of waiting. But again, with the Fed set to be cutting instead of raising, that's not a good situation for most of the bank stocks. So, nobody wants to be invested in this. As far as the meet or beat, they've been beating, as you can see, pretty many quarters in a row here and going back to 2017. So I do like their track record. They just have the 2 misses in the last 5 years. But they are going to be beholden to everything else we're seeing with all of the big banks. Now, there are a couple other banks that you may be interested in and that I've covered in the past, including like First Republic, FRC is that ticker, but that chart looks somewhat similar to a lot of these others. It's basically just treading water here. But I'll be keeping an eye on all those regional banks, which may have a little bit different story, but we'll see. But they're out of favor as well, as are the small banks. So as we get in these financials, it'll be interesting this earnings season. But you want to be sure to catch all of these videos because the tech names are coming. We're getting the start of FANG just as soon as next week. So I'll be covering all of those names next week and everything else that's going on, all the charts that are the best out there, the ones that you know you want to see. So be sure to get us. You can get us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel there, or get us on Zacks.com/YouTube. But I'll be back all during earnings season with more charts.